Mr. and Mrs. Bradley, thank you for being here today. The purpose of our meeting is to conduct a review of some tests that were administered to Jean over the course of about 13 days. Um, this helps determine um, where she is academically, where she is socially, and what we as a school can do for her as far as an IEP and services and things like that. Um, One of the tests that she was given is called the Universal Nonverbal Intelligence Test. This is an assessment that is given to her orally and as well as written. Um, and what it does is that it tests different areas like memory, reasoning, her symbolic, non-symbolic quotient, um, and then a full scale IQ. All of which came back with her being um, either delayed or very delayed. Okay, this she was the scores were put up against a national sample of about 1,800 individuals, random individuals from 33 different states. Um, so again, showing that she was below them, that she was delayed. This is replicated by, your feedback, your report that she has developed slowly um, since birth. Another test that she was given is called the Woodcock-Johnson Test of Achievement, volume. It's test 3. There is a newer test out. She was given the test 3, and it tests three different clusters: reading, math, and written language. In this was a broad spectrum in each one of those categories. Again, being placed up against a national average, she scored low in reading. However, she was very low in the areas of math and written language. This again goes into conjunction with reports of the nonverbal, the lack of communication skills, things like that. Math clusters means being able to use different things like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, in that particular content area. For adaptive, to see where she's at adaptively, if she's behaving to where her peers are. Again, in communication, she scored extremely low. Socialization, she was extremely low in. Daily living skills and socialization skills, she was borderline. Meaning she is able to interact with her peers, and there are daily living skills such as bathing and hygiene that she can perform. She does have some fine motor areas issues and that was brought about by a test called the Wide Range Assessment of Visual Motor Abilities. Again, she scored below average when the median range is at 100. We take into consideration a differential between about 15 points. And out of that, like a 62, a 55, and a 57 in motor, spatial, and fine motor skills, respectively, indicates that she is low in those areas. And as far as her spoken language, she was given a comprehensive assessment of spoken language assessment for how to say words, how to write a sentence in a syntactic, respective, expressive. Overall, she scored extremely low in those. Again, the average median range is at 100 with a differential of 15 points. What this is telling us is that what we're going to be working on with these low scores, we have two goals that we're going to primarily work on first and see how well we do. Um, and again, we'll revisit these in about a year. Um, as far as an academic goal, Jean will be able to recite her 5 times table. This should be about on par with her age group, with at least 70% accuracy, with about three out of 5 times by March by the time we meet again, which is be March 25th, 2025. To monitor this periodically, Jean will be given informal quizzes or assessments. We're going to observe her with her writing, her 5 times tables, and as a prompt, we're going to use flashcards. So, like, the teacher will hold up a 5 times 5, and she'll try to answer that as 25. Um, in For a non-academic goal, to work on her fine motor skills, um, Jean will be able be able to zip her coat up, because we noticed that in one of the reports, that was an area that she was lacking. Be able to zip her coat up with 100% accuracy at least 5 out of the 5 times by March 5th, 2025. To monitor this, we're going to use a tally scoring sheet. So every time she gets it right, she gets a mark. There is going to be observational reports from the occupational therapist, which hopefully she'll be able to see at least for at least 15 minutes twice a week to work on these skills. And teacher reports, my reports, and also an informal testing by having Jean just pretty much perform the task. That way we can see where she's lacking, where she needs her strength guided. Now, I'd also like to mention to you that the purpose of these goals is to strengthen her skills that she already has, and perhaps even teach some new skills that she would be able to, develop and expound upon in a future sense. Do you have any questions at this time?